Okay, I'm gonna start switching some of y'all over from Scratch 1.4 to Scratch 2. One of the reasons is Scratch 2 is a lot more stable. The second reason is that you can access it online and download it to use at home if you needed to use it at home. I'm gonna show y'all some of the common differences and how the setups are the same. Okay, first of all, let's look at the palette. The palette being the main difference right here. On Scratch 1.4, we have eight items on the palette, whereas Scratch 2, we have 10 items on the palette. They're basically the same. This block right here, the one that says more blocks, this one isn't on Scratch 1.4, but so you don't really have to worry about that. The biggest difference is that the control block. They take the control block and they split it up into control and events. Events is to make something happen. All of these things right here make something happen. An event makes something happen. Control, this is how you control things. Whereas in the 1.4, control and event was pretty much combined, where you had the control items on there, the click, when space is pressed, when sprite 1 is clicked, the control item, the event items were on this one, also with the control items. So the only big difference is that these two were split up, and on 1.4 it's all one. The sensing is the same. Operators are the same. Motion is the same. Looks is the same. Sound is the same. Pen is the same. One other difference, variables. Instead of saying variables on this one, it says data. But if you click on data, you get the same list as variables, which you wanted to make a variable. So virtually that's the same. Let's look at the sprite area. Right here is the sprite area. On this sprite, you have a little bit more control of things you can do within the sprite area. Once you get your sprites, you click on the little information tool right here. That's where you would go to change your name if you wanted to change the name. If you wanted to flip your cat around and have it face a different direction, you do it right here. And if you wanted to show or not, you can have that actually on here also. And if you notice the grid coordinate right there, where the sprite is located, if I move it, it is also shown down here. Whereas if with Scratch 1.4 you don't get all the information, but you do get the location of the sprite up here, but it shows on top of the script area. Your script area is different now. Your scripts, costumes, and sounds are located on top of your control palette, whereas before it was located on top of your script area. And you don't get the name part in there on this one. You have to go actually to the sprite itself to change the name. You still have the green flag and the stop button and the stop script button, but they're just on opposite sides. And basically your stage area stays this size right here. And if you look at this, if I make it larger, your script area is a whole lot larger. So you're able to put a lot more things in there, move them around without having to worry about if there's something there and not being able to see it. Okay, another thing with the script area on this one, you have the ability to blow it up, make it larger. For instance, if I was to grab an event flag and wait 1 second, You see what size it is? If I wanted to make that larger, I can make it larger. If I wanted to make it smaller, I can make it smaller. Also, if you look over here in the corner of your script area, it also shows the location of your cat or your sprite that you have chosen at that time. Okay, on 1.4, you have the duplicate, cut, grow, and shrink. Over here, it's above the control block area, the control palettes, duplicate, cut, grow, and shrink. And also, you have questions. You can ask questions here. As far as saving your work and everything, it's slid over a little bit, and you have the file, edit. Here it says tips and about. Here it says share and help. If you want to share your work, it shows you how to share your work, where you want to share it online, or you want to share it or you want to go to a certain website. And let's see now. What else we have? Okay. Here you have 3 different options for the size of your stage, and which adjusts your stage and your script area, where you go to small, medium, and large for a stage. Whereas on here, you only have 2 sizes. This size right here and large. And you're able to click right there to go back down to the regular size. Getting your sprites. You can paint a new sprite. You can choose a sprite. You can get a surprise sprite right there. On here, you can paint a new sprite. You can upload or import a new sprite. And you can choose a sprite from the library. It doesn't have the surprise sprite. And you also have the ability to, if you have a webcam or a camera hooked up to your computer, you also get a sprite from there. Boom, boom. With the stage and background, as you see down here, you can come over here and you can choose a background from the library. You can paint your background, or you can upload a background from a file. And you can take a picture if you have a picture hooked up. This is for your stage. If you choose stage on this one, you can go to backdrops, and you can also do that same thing here, except this is like a little shortcut for it. Go back to the sprite. Those are the main differences with from Scratch 1.4 to Scratch 2. It's not a lot. You should be able to transfer over a little bit quicker. And I found that this program right here is a lot easier to work. It's a lot more stable, and you don't have as many glitches with Scratch 2 as you did with Scratch 1.4. Have a good day.